to kind of begin the podcast really fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here we are. It's been a long time. It feels like a really long time. The last thing I did was a Christmas special about a year and a half ago with an actor from the Christmas Story movie. But this is now
Oh, nice.
going back to the gaming. Now, you remember Ian Porcello from the little boy? You ever seen the Christmas Story?
Yes.
He was the boy, not Ralphie, the BB gun kid. His brother that
Oh.
got stuffed in the in
Hmm.
the Randy. His name is Randy in the. But that Ian, we talk every year. We communicate about stuff. We always do podcasts every year, Christmas specials, and I always keep up with him. Everybody else, I kind
Hmm.
of fell off. But anyways, this is I want to focus on this channel. We're going back into gaming podcasts and kind of keep it strict on here. Everything else will evolve in a whole another area. So I'm glad to be here. My name is CHRONOZ for those who haven't seen me before, or those who have. And I have my special guest today, Lilly Hyrule. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How about you? Thank you for having me.
Good. I'm excited to get into a topic I've been wanting to talk about because everything's been happening kind of quick lately with our favorite subject. As you can tell, you see a Triforce behind Lily, a Triforce behind me. I
Yes.
had to, hang that up. I wish I had more stuff, but I'm not a big collector as I used to be.
You're gonna slowly get there. Don't worry. But once you start, I don't think there's an end to it. Especially now that we're getting a lot of Zelda merchandise kind of everywhere. There's no ending to this at all.
Yeah, you were posting stuff with was it the recent Zelda figures? Are those from
Yes.
not the Lego ones? There was something else.
Hasbro.
Hasbro, Hasbro.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Like the toy company.
yeah. So that's I'm like, man, am I gonna start collecting again? What's happening here? And are we
Yeah.
gonna get back to that? And because I actually had an entire. I bought 4 years ago. I bought an entire game room as well. I bought somebody's
Oh,
game room.
nice.
I had all
Hmm.
his Zelda stuff. I had everything. I had his sword. Times got tough. I
Hmm.
even had an arcade, 1985 Mario Bros. Arcade. I had it all in the house, and things just, things happen, and you have to find ways to make things up. And as life is now coming back, we are coming back to, something more where, man, I think I'm going to start collecting. I just got to be careful, with how much I get. So, all
Yeah,
right.
you
So,
have to be careful because my collection actually started 4 years ago and it's growing fast. So I
four
thought I
years
was
ago,
not going to. Yeah, only 4 years ago because I moved a lot. So I had to restart my whole collection. I still have a lot of things back home as well. So, but I just barely started collecting. And a lot of the things are for conventions. And, like they have been releasing a lot of great, toys and merchandise for The Legend of Zelda as a whole. Like if you walk into a GameStop or an EV Games here, you'll find a bunch of amazing, Zelda merchandise. So it's pretty nice.
so I assume that the Zelda conventions in Canada are amazing. I've heard that they were. Is that true
Mm,
or?
they're it's a nice community that I can tell you, but I really cannot speak for the city that I'm at right now because I just recently moved like 3 months ago. But I can tell you, I was ever since I moved to Canada, I was in Ottawa, which is the capital. But honestly, they only have like two major conventions. That's all they have. I think that Vancouver, even Calgary, has a lot like a bigger gaming and gaming community as a whole. And right now I'm in Toronto. So I know, for example, Fun Expo is a huge, huge convention here. I've been there 2 times already. Where I'm going to be there as well this year. And I had the opportunity. I'm not sure if you have watched any of his videos, but do you know Hyrule Gamer? Adam is
Hyrule
his name.
Gamer? I
Yes.
do not.
If you haven't, go ahead and check out his channel. But he is not from Canada. but he actually flew in last year, so I had an opportunity to meet him directly in person. So that was a very nice experience. So shout out to Adam. He's super cool.
Nice.
And yeah, like Fine Expo. Honestly, we did have like a little bit of a gathering for Legend of Zelda, but the Legend of Zelda community is not as big as you would think. Like if you compare with the US, because in the US you have like other communities like Zelda Dungeon, Zelda Universe, Zelda Central, but in Canada we don't have anything like that. So yeah, we're kind
You
of
can
the
make
lonely
one.
wolf
Okay.
of the north, basically. Yeah, but it is what it
Okay.
is.
That still sounds, it sounds very interesting. I go to conventions. So I'm at the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. It's like right
Mhm,
there.
okay.
And
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I hop over to the Midwest Gaming Convention in
Oh, nice.
Milwaukee, and that's where I tend to go every year. I missed last time, but either way, we can get things cooking here. And I wanted to ask a question, and if you have any questions for me, I'll answer anything. If there's anything
Yeah.
you ask, I would say, tell me about. It's kind of the two questions. The first two are kind of together. Like, tell me about your, let's say, gaming life story. How did everything start off? Did you get into gaming and you created
Hmm.
this gamer girl that you are, and this amazing person that you are? And then with that, where did the love for Zelda come in? Was there one particular game? Spill it.
Yes, no, absolutely. I started my first video game was the Super Mario Brothers game, like the original for the NES, and that was thanks to my dad. So I was 4 years old. That was like my first introduction to the gaming world, and the NES was out like for about four years already. It's just that we never had an NES in our household until my dad brought it in. And yeah, I remember spending a lot of time, a lot of hours just playing that game. I don't remember being like super frustrated with it, but also I wasn't good. I was just a kid, right? I was just a little kid. And then it wasn't until 1998, actually, with Ocarina of Time. So Ocarina of Time is and it has been, it will always be my favorite game. It's just that I'm biased against with the game, of course, because it was my first Zelda that I ever experienced. I do remember, like, I have a big memory playing like the original Legend of Zelda for the NES, but I think that my dad didn't like it, and that's why it was more like we kind of put it away. So but I do have like this vague memory that happened at one time
It's so
in my
big,
life. Yeah. Yeah, and but Ocarina of Time was something like completely different, right? Because it was our first uh our first time getting immersed into a whole new world, which in this case was Hyrule, right? Just going outside or getting outside of the Kokiri forest, which was kind of the tutorial of everything, like kind of learning the mechanics and everything, and then being able to walk outside the Kokiri forest and see that, Hyrule field theme just banging and just exploring everything. So for me, it was like mind blowing.
So
So yeah.
you played it? Did you play it day one, near day one when it came out, or a little bit after?
That's actually a good question. No, it was after. It was after because I was the kind of kid that used to hang out with her cousins. So I do have a sister, for example. So me and my sister will usually just go to our cousin's place, and they had the Nintendo 64. So that was the first time that I saw it. Like I was watching my cousin playing the game, and then I thought, you know what, I want to play myself. Like I want to do it. And also, there's another limitation that we had back in the day. Like whoever, of course, if you started video games probably from the 3DS and the newer games, the newer generations, up until, I don't know, the Switch or something, you live in a world where you get access to multiple languages. We didn't, right? So because we were here in America, like in the continent, we were not getting the Spanish for Castellano, whatever was like the language that they had there. So our challenge was that we needed to learn the language so that we can play the game. So
Wow,
we
yeah,
didn't have any option, right? So yeah, and I can also credit the video games that I've learned English since I was very little, but I can definitely credit gaming as, I would say, 60% of what I've learned. Like, yeah,
That's
like,
good.
yeah, it was a great tool for us to learn another language, right? So yeah.
So
But it
that
wasn't
was,
until I got
yeah.
the Nintendo 64, I think on a Christmas, I think the Nintendo 64 was, oh, well, it was like a year old, I would say. And that's when I started playing. The game that I can tell you that I played day one was Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, yes, I got it day one. I remember being and grabbing it directly from Best Buy
Oh my
shelves
God,
and
you
getting
remember
it.
that? Those are
Yes,
some of the best
yes.
feelings ever.
Yes, and I still have the cartridge. It's the one that has like a little 3D holographic thing.
The original
Yeah,
cartridge,
yeah.
like you're the one you picked, not like we bought, right?
No.
The
No, but
original. Okay, so
yeah,
this
like
is
here it is.
that. Hold on, give me a second. Am I able to? Can
Yeah.
how do I expand this? Oh, see, I'm still learning.
Yeah, no worries. Here it
There we
is.
go.
Yeah, you see how
Yes,
it kind of
yes, got
changes?
that. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's,
I love this one. And there were kind of gold because of the rumble feature, or I remember that you were able to put it on your Nintendo 64 controller. So this one I did play it like day one. But that's because I was already in love with Ocarina of Time. So I was like, oh yes, I have to get it day one. And that's what I
I'm
did.
wondering. Majora's Mask was like early 2000s, maybe
It was 2000. Yeah.
2000, and then of course, you said was it 98 when Ocarina of Time came out?
Yes.
I know. Well, that the 64 came out around 95. I'm just
With the Mario 64?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Was it around 95, 96? I'm just going back at just then back into
It was 96.
96. How old were you? Oh, sorry, you don't have to say nothing if you don't want to.
No, it's okay. I'm going to say, how old do you think I am? Based on
Um,
everything that you heard, you
were
probably
you
think
were you born in the 90s or
yes.
2000s?
No.
Okay, you're born in the. You look very young though. That's the thing. Um,
It's okay if you don't like if you don't want to say how old
no,
you think I
you were
am, but
1990. If you're trying to,
actually very very close. Officially it's 1989. But I'm
1990.
a December baby. So, yeah,
Nice.
my birthday is until December. So, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
So
like
you
shoot.
could say it's 1990, but or 1900s.
89, no, 89 sounds good because that's the 80s. I always love the 80s. 80s.
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle of best worlds, right? So,
Yeah. That's why I was born 1980, and that's when I hit the NES in 90. I mean 80 45
yeah, yeah.
Atari and all that stuff back in my. So I'm the dinosaur here. Don't worry. That's me.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The-
So you can do the math, but I'm 36 basically
okay.
right now. So it's very easy for me to know how old I am. Like it's not like I'm gonna forget, but if I go back and remember something that happened when I was 15, then I know it's 2005, right? Because it's literally when it's 2026 right now. It's 36, so it kind of it's right there. So it's very easy for me to go back and remember a few things. Oh yeah, I remember when I was like I don't know 10 years old. 2000, that's yeah. So it's easy for me.
So yeah, it's those days that I think Zelda brought the best out of people, and when we oh man, I'm just trying to go back into my memory bank, and it
Yeah,
just
I was gonna
really
ask you, like, which, like, do you have a? I guess the answer sometimes is tough, but do you have like a favorite Zelda game, or which one is the one that you started with?
as much as I do love, as you can tell, like Gamerz Twilight where's one of my most favorite Zelda games come from, and then you're gonna like Zelda Twilight Princess, and I use Twilight in a lot of things. I actually wrote a book. It just came out in April, and it's called Fantasy of Dreams Beyond the Twilight. I tend to
Oh,
do
nice.
certain things that evolve.
Involve
There's
Twilight.
there's a
Yeah.
whole gaming, magical wizards, and all that stuff in it. I just use that Twilight. Anyways, Twilight has
Mm-hmm.
become one of my most wanted remakes so badly, more than anything at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I did love Ocarina of Time, especially when it first came out. It was like, what the heck? It was like the greatest thing ever. We experienced
Yeah. Yeah.
the best graphics at that moment. We lived it. You did, I did,
We
and
were there. Yeah.
we were there at that
I was
moment.
there, Gandalf. 3,000
Yes,
years ago.
yes,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But I would say for the longest time, one of the best, the Zelda game that brought me into this, as much as I, and when I was in '85, I was into playing Mario Bros, Atari, Mario. I didn't get a hold of the Zelda games then. The
Hmm.
first Zelda game I played was, I think it was 1990ish. I'm trying to think. It was A Link to the Past when it came out on Super Nintendo. Link to the Past became like that game that I needed as a kid. While my brothers were older kids and they were doing their own thing or outside or
Hmm.
something. I was that
Yeah,
kid that was
yeah.
always inside, and it was that game that always had me. Just at nighttime playing on the original controller. But yeah, A Link to the Past just always brings home back to me. So it's difficult. Twilight, Ocarina of Time, but Link to the Past always was the one that started the whole thing with the love for Zelda.
I was gonna
So
say that your favorite was A Link to the Past. So, to my surprise, is Twilight Princess, which is great. And I'm just saying because Twilight Princess came out, after many many years after, right? And after the Wind Waker, and I know a lot of people didn't like or enjoy the Wind Waker because they were expecting something Twilight Princess ish, and they got it after, right? But that's very nice. I mean, to know that. So, if you started with the Link to the Past, then when was this transition over from A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and then Twilight Princess?
yeah, so and Majora's Mask was not among my. It could have been a favorite, but I think I was playing it during the time of when I was married in the past.
Hmm.
I was early 2000s. I was about to defeat the Majora's Mask. I was getting close to beating it, but I was forced. Either you or
Hmm.
me. Me, no, no, no. Either me or your video games. So I had to sell my entire collection, and there went
You should
Majora's
have picked the
Mask.
collection.
So
Sorry, but
I've been saving it for so long. Did you know, to get on a personal note, you know how that is when you are with someone, they accept you for, what you come with. But yeah, me with Zelda, man, it was so heartbreaking to give up Majora's
I
Mask
mean,
and
that's a huge
things like that.
sacrifice. Yeah.
It was, and well, yeah, anyways, it's good. I'm
Lesson learned.
divorces and stuff. Fine. Yeah, let's learn. So it's like, man, I got to rebuild this whole thing, and when am I going to do it? I kind of did it, but then fell off again. But
Mm.
it's just like having enough space to. Zelda would have to be some of the main stuff I'd recollect again. I did have the GameCube and the original. Um, what was it? What's that game pack? It was like two Zelda games in one. It was
Yeah,
like a
the Legend of Zelda Collectors that came with the Master
yeah.
Quest and a
I had
demo.
that, and
I had that one too, but I
yeah.
lost it. I don't have it anymore.
So I think one of the only memories that things I have right now is just like,
Yeah, an amiibo. Great.
and
Link.
this is the only amiibo I have. Only I can never let him go because I need him for when I play. What's that game? Breath of the
You get
Wild. I need to
Wolf
get
Link
Epona. A Wolf Link.
and Epona. Well, this one will give you Epona.
Yeah, so I love being able to have that. My brother was just telling me just today,
Hmm.
actually, hey, I'm gonna play this game again, but I don't have that one thing. It's like, well, I have it here. Well,
I got
now
you.
that you moved in, you can just do it and give it right back to me. Doesn't So either way,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it was like interesting,
Yeah.
you know, Zelda things that. Let me see. I'm just trying to think what was. Oh my God, it's just the memories just flow in when you're thinking about something you love so
Yeah.
much, and you're talking to someone who has great memories too of that. So it's cool how we grew up with our parents. Your father, you said, brought you into
Yes.
that. My grandpa brought me into that, and my dad. Um, what did he's like, damn it, I should never have brought that. Your grandfather bought it. I brought it to you guys. No, I'm glad you did that because
He
you're
regrets
all
it.
yeah, all your kids have played it through the years, and then my kids, got into Zelda. Like right now, I got my little guy. His name is Luigi. I named him
Oh,
Luigi. Yeah, he's a big gamer too. He's a Minecrafter, and so I'm hoping to I want him to, and I told myself when Ocarina of Time remake comes out, I want that to be his first adventure game.
Yeah, yeah.
He's too busy with the Minecraft
Mm,
that that
the Minecraft face.
I want him to get off of that a little bit and play this game with me.
Yeah.
So we have the time, so that's why I'm just thinking, yeah, once it comes out. So we'll get into that more a little bit. I
Yeah.
would say, what are your favorite? You got like a top five? Is it just Zelda games, or is anything? Your top five's got to be all Zelda, or is there
I'm
anything
laughing because
that
most likely it is. Yeah.
if it came off your mind right now? I mean, I'm just assuming. What's is there any game in between? Any game that's not a Zelda game? If not, it's okay.
Well, it's funny because I nowadays the only thing I play are Zelda games, but that's not to say that I don't have any other games that I like and enjoy. But I could easily give you a top five Zelda games, but if I share something that is not related to that, I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan as well. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of my favorite games as well. And I also love Resident Evil games. So also I'm a huge fan. I've been following them since day one, and I just love those games. I didn't really had the chance to play Requiem yet, Resident Evil 9. But then there is this platformer, which is Canadian, by the way, about a little cup known as Cuphead or Mugman if you play
Cuphead. Yeah.
Cuphead. Yeah. I love that game. I 300% that game. And I'm so proud of that. Like, I just enjoy that game so much. And then Bloodborne. Bloodborne is my
Okay.
top favorite Souls games. So I do like Souls games as well. The one that I'm really hoping to get my hands on, and I'm very excited and thrilled that they announced. Well, actually, two. They announced that they're gonna get a physical copy. Is the Life of P? They're getting it a physical copy, collector's edition for the Switch 2. That game is super beautiful too. It's very inspired by Bloodborne, but it's pretty much Pinocchio's story, but very twisted. It's so nice. Like Life of P is really really nice. And then I'm excited for Dust Bloods as well. I know that they're gonna open a open beta recently, or
Is that
it's
for
an upcoming
PS5
one.
or Xbox?
No, funny enough, it's gonna be developed or is being developed by From Software, which are the curators for Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, and all those games, Sekiro, and all of those. But for some reason, they decided to do this MMO, which is going to be an MMO, exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is bizarre to think about. So it's not going to be on any other console than on the Switch 2. And it's
Okay,
coming out this
I'm
year.
now remembering. I'm now.
Yeah,
Wasn't that in
it's
the
called,
last direct?
yes, it's called
Okay.
Dust Bloods. Yeah.
Okay. People were excited for that. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
yeah,
You were talking about the Resident Evil and nine.
yeah.
I I played it like four times back to back, like over and over and over again.
On
The
PlayStation
fourth
5?
Resident Evil 9. I what did you say? What was it?
A PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because
PS5.
they had it available also on the Switch too, but I didn't like it. Because first of all, it's a game key card, so I don't like the fact that it's a game key card. That's the first thing. The second thing, I don't have any other consoles except the PlayStation 5, aside from the Switch. So if I were to play it, I will play it on the PlayStation 5, 100%.
Yeah,
Because
it was a beautiful experience playing that game. I mean, it was great. They flowed just right. I would think that even the Switch 2 version would still be nice, but I think there'll be a little bit of maybe some little lag or something like that.
I didn't
I
like
can't play
it.
such a big game
Yeah.
on there. I have to play my big games here.
Yes.
On PlayStation 5. That's just kind of let's say what other big game people are so excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's not going to work on the Switch 2.
No.
It's you're going to want to play it on a PS5 or whatever. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
for
Is
sure.
you want the best experience, you got to play, but still, like Final Fantasy, Rebirth, and all that. I'm not Final Fantasy. What was the first one?
It
Remake.
was remake, and
Yeah,
then Yeah, like I think it was Rebirth, and now the new one, Revelations, I think, or that's
It
coming.
plays well on the Switch too. From I actually tried them.
Nice.
I just know that I'm gonna get the better experience.
Of course, on
You
the
know,
PlayStation. Yeah.
but some people don't know. Like I have both, so if you got both, you're gonna get it for PS5. But if you have
Yeah,
just a Switch 2,
I think that it really depends on your style. Like I'm not a handheld person. Honestly, I don't. Like I never own a Game Boy. I played them when I was a kid, but I was never a fan of. I'm the kind of person that just likes to play it on the big screen and that's it. Like just sitting on the couch or lying in bed or whatever and just playing a game versus having like the handheld, right? But that's the beauty of the Switch. Like even if it's the Switch, a regular Switch or the Switch 2, it's a handheld portable. Like it's a portable console that you can take anywhere. So it kind of depends. Like if the game is going to be available on multiple platforms, and if you don't really care too much about the graphics, but you just want to play and chill, then get on the Switch 2 because it's portable, right? And if it's not, then get on the PlayStation 5.
yeah. Like for me, I only used the my Switch 2 portable when I went to Florida last year
Yeah,
for vacation. That was it because I have to play on on the TV.
yeah, yeah.
Like even if it's as small as like every day I'm playing Animal Crossing. Like Animal Crossing, my brothers used to play that. And my cousins like, you know what? I like my hardcore games, but I also like a little chill time. I
Cozy
like to
games,
cozy
yeah.
games, and that's the Animal Crossing port there. But let me quickly say, I just realized where the messages, the chat was here on this because I haven't used Restream in a while, and
Oh yeah,
so I just saw it. So I want to say what's up to Quicksilver. What's up? How you doing? Hope you're well. I'm looking through some stuff here, and of course, and there's Ryan Drayson. That's
yes,
that's my other guy who normally always podcast with me. He couldn't today. He would have been here, but it's usually
nice,
me and
yeah.
him, and
Yeah,
he's
he
from
welcomed me.
Canada.
Thank you.
He's a
Yeah.
Canadian guy.
Oh, really? Fellow
Um,
Canadian.
so Ryan, where you from? I mean, where are you at? Anyways, but
Where are you at? Yeah.
so other than that, yeah, let's keep this rolling. Any questions for me? Anything right now that you want to finish saying, or I can move on?
Yeah, but like, what are your kind of not non Zelda games that your favorite ones?
Obviously, for sure, I loved Final Fantasy VII, the original.
Ooh, the one for
The
the
orig-
PlayStation 2.
yeah,
Nice.
PlayStation. Was that one or two? Shoot.
I think it was two. No, it's two. It's one. That's right. Yeah, it's one.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, it's one. At the seven
I played it on
CDs.
the two when I played it originally because I got it on a kind of a virtual console, like the ones that you have available digitally. Those are the ones that I played. Yeah.
So yeah, that one brought oh man, it was hardcore at the time. You played all these other stuff, Mario and Zelda, then you get introduced to such a big story, immersed into it, and that's why for me it took me a while to play the new ones. And then as I
Mhm.
find it, it's different. But going back to the original one, it's got great nostalgic memories. And
Yeah,
but I would
absolutely.
say one of my favorite RPGs of all time. It's hard. It's either that one or Chrono Trigger.
Mm.
That's where it's like that's where if you ever have you ever played Chrono Trigger?
No, I have not.
Yeah, that was
No Chrono Trigger and no Dragon Quest. Yeah.
so if you ever had that time where I'm gonna try something new, but if it was something, it'd have to be on the original Super Nintendo, and that's for me. I can't play that game on anything else but the original Super Nintendo. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I cannot get rid of is that the original Super NES. I sold everything else. That one stayed with me. But it's just kind of that game, Chrono Trigger. But I liked a lot of Resident Evil games, all of them. I played, I think just about all of them. I'm replaying right now Resident Evil 4 remake. For the
Ooh.
first time, I could say that's actually better than the original, the remake. It's just,
Detrás de ti,
oh,
imbécil.
it's so good. Did you play
Mierda.
it?
Of course.
All those oh my god, all those Spanish words that when you first played the original one,
Yeah.
and then you're expecting to hear it, within the new game, and it's just like I just love that, that part of being in the village, and I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
but it's just good. It's just really good. I think that's a great experience. Nine was great, but for some reason, I think four remake is probably my best Resident Evil ever at all. The remake is just like damn, and you got
And
you got
funny
what's
enough, Resident Evil 4 was originally exclusive for the GameCube. That was the only Capcom game, Resident Evil, available on Nintendo, like exclusively on Nintendo back in the day. And then they, of course, re-released it on other consoles eventually, right? But it was an
They had to
exclusive
make their
for the
money.
GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I would say. Yeah, with that, is there anything else other than that? I mean, I played a little bit of everything, but I try to get into like other games, and I usually stay focused on the same stuff. Usually, a lot of Mario games and all that stuff. But I'm kind of
Yeah.
trailing off of that. When I got my PS5 like about 6 years ago, it's just been more like now. That's all I really. My best games come from there now. I spend more time on that than the Switch 2 or Switch. It's just kind of. But lately now, I'm kind of seeing myself. I'm thinking I'm going to go back to Switch 2. Now that things are starting to happen, things are cooking, and we're getting one of the. As much as I want a Twilight Princess to come out, that's something I'll just wait whenever it does. And it's just
Honestly, I thought they were gonna go for Twilight Princess. I even worked on a
I
video
thought
where I
too.
was like sharing like predictions about for the 40th anniversary and everything. And because they were throwing kind of Easter eggs here and there, especially on the Nintendo World, on Epic Universe, they have all this kind of
You went
window
there?
stained glass. No, I have not. I have never been, but I know that they have like window stained glass with Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf from Twilight Princess. And I kind of thought that they were gonna go for it because I was like, hey, if Nintendo is pushing all the time for better graphics, because that's pretty much what they're pushing, or what they were pushing originally with the Nintendo Switch 2. Twilight Princess will be like the great example to push like the hardware to the to the limit, basically. So I thought they were gonna, and I think that Twilight Princess is a lot more popular, even though it was hated by a lot of people ever since they released it. But then it started gaining popularity because I can tell you that 9 out of 10 people that hop into my streams, they tell me that Twilight Princess is their favorite. So it's a huge amount of people that actually love Twilight Princess, because especially they were waiting for a better Ocarina of Time version, which in this case was Twilight Princess. Not story wise, it's very similar, but I mean it's so very own story, of course, and very similar when it comes like the flow and the temples and the dungeons. But in terms of like the story, is a completely different story, right? So I thought like this is going to be Nintendo's opportunity for them to work on a remake for Twilight Princess. And boom, we got Ocarina of Time. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
So before we get into that, I was at Universal Epic Universe in last August, and I
Now,
remember
oh,
what.
you mentioned that you flew to Florida, so you went there.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Yeah, cool.
I was there for
Okay, okay.
2 weeks, and I took
Nice.
a train from Chicago to there. It was
Oh,
crazy, but I won't do the
how
train
many
again.
hours?
It's a train is like day and a half, so it's like
Yeah, it's
yeah, so
it's a
it's
bit far
pretty.
away.
It's just kind of it wasn't a great experience. It was okay, but long story short, I would say being there, it was oh my god, it was I have the best experience to be in something like that. And we were talking, you were just saying there was a certain store I walked into, and I looked up, and I kept turning in a circle, and it had a lot of Twilight Princess,
Yeah,
Link, and the Ganondorf, like you were saying, it was there. It's like, I'm like, there's got to be a hint or something happening,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then,
We
but the
wanted to
thing,
believe that. Yeah.
yeah, and they tricked us. So, but I think that what I noticed that was true is that entire everywhere in the theme park you went, they kept playing Mario Galaxy music from Galaxy, and that's
Oh,
where
and
the
you got the
movie.
movie.
Yeah, so it was before the movie, so I'm
Hmm.
like, that's why. Either way, it's kind of and I'm thinking next year around August, I'm going to repeat the same thing. Not this year, next year, go back there, but I'm waiting for the year. I think it's next year, or if it's going to be 2028, then I'm going to wait to 28 to go back, because that's when they're supposed to have the new Zelda themed park connected to it. From what I
I'm
was.
pretty sure it's gonna be 2028. I don't think it's gonna be 2027. It's very like
Luigi?
around the
I
corner.
have something for you. Yes, Luigi? Luigi.
Hey, Luigi.
Okay, say hi, Luigi. Hi.
Hi.
Love you, son. He brought me an omelet. Dude, I don't want to eat right now.
Ah.
My grandma made that for you. Okay, thank you.
How
Grandma,
adorable.
my mom just came back from the hospital from a stroke a few days
Oh
ago, and she's already
no.
cooking.
Oh my
Mom,
god.
like I don't know if I can.
I hope your mom feel better. Enjoy,
Yeah,
enjoy.
but okay, no, yeah, she definitely. It was minor, but she was there for
Oh my. That
like
thank goodness.
what,
Okay.
5 days. It was a.
Yeah.
Let me just give it a quick taste.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. No worries.
Um.
I don't really think that they're gonna have like the Zelda theme area ready by 2027. But I know
Okay.
that there hasn't been like official confirmation. We know for a fact that it's happening or it's coming because of a lot of insiders, a lot of people working within the Epic universe and Universal Studios know like this is happening. It's just that we don't know when and how, right? And also AG Anuma was spotted in the parks as well. So
I think it'd be
we
28, 29.
yeah, probably. Yeah, most likely.
Not
And that's
27 for sure. No.
yeah, no, I don't think so. Especially because they're gonna be focusing more on the movie. So the
Let's get to
entire
that. Let's get to
promo is
that.
gonna be for that. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I'm so excited. Let's go
Yeah.
right into the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake trailer. When I first found you was when the trailers were going. Everyone's reaction was popping out.
Yes.
Everyone, I kept seeing them, and you were tearing up. You were crying. That was nice. It seemed like your heart came out, and you wanted this, and it's just kind of like it was touching, and I was like, I gotta say what's up. Maybe we can talk. Like it's just kind of like when people really show their true spirit, and it's something they love so much. And
Yes.
I think from there I found you on Facebook, even though my Facebook is based on only mostly comedy because I do Chris Farley stuff on there,
Mm,
and I found you and I followed you into Instagram. I
right.
still get these, but I saw all the videos came out on Facebook. It's weird. The algorithm does weird things, and either way, and here we are today. So I think with that, when you first saw it, this is the thing that gets me trippy. The part
Hmm.
that out of the entire, I have a little small clip here that from that trailer because I can't play the whole thing. It's just kind of I want to get hit with something, but that's why I did it really short.
Hmm.
It's gonna be really fast.
Yeah.
Created by beings of supreme divinity.
The ocarina.
So when it starts with that little thing at the end, that little
I just
musical
got
note after,
goosebumps by listening to it.
yes, the goosebumps hit you with that sound. From the second they open that up, you know what? Let me hear your first thoughts. Your first thoughts overall. Tell me about that trailer.
And as soon as I saw that tapestry, like I knew it was Ocarina of Time, but I
Huh?
didn't want it to jump into conclusions because I was like, okay, maybe it is, maybe it's not. And like I when I listened to the narrator explaining that and then I heard the tune, like the three notes for Saria's song or Lost Woods, by the way, I received a little bit of hate about that. People were like, oh well, by the way, that's Saria's song, that's not Lost Woods.
Come on.
It's exactly the same thing if you don't know, but whatever. But I even got hate about that. But when you hear that tune, like those three notes, you don't need anything else, right?
Yeah.
And yesterday I had another hater on TikTok saying like, "Oh, she
Really?
didn't know that tune was like she's not a true player because she doesn't know it." And then I replied back to the guy because he actually said, "Oh, the flute gave it away." I'm like, "Huh? You're a true player calling the flute the ocarina flute because most likely that is being played with the ocarina, like Saria's ocarina, by the way. Most likely she's the one playing it, right?" But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just funny, like hilarious how people are kind of just they're just wasting time. They don't have anything else to do.
They're
But
just
anyways, yeah, it's just sometimes it's kind of bizarre how they kind of see those things, right? But again, you kind of I heard those three notes, and just as soon as you played it, like I just got goosebumps because I know that tune, like I know that song like by heart, right? So but then I started to shake because I couldn't
yeah.
believe it,
Sorry.
but at
Yeah.
the same time, I kind of wanted this to happen. So when I saw when they mentioned the kokiri, I think the kokiri, of course, it's kind of the thing because you don't see the kokiri anywhere else except in Ocarina of Time, right? Yeah, thank you, Quicksilver. He's actually a part of the community. Thank you for that. So my confirmation were the Kokiri and the Deku Tree. As soon as that happened, but I can tell you this: I was not expecting to see anything else. I thought we were getting only the tapestry, and that was it. Like probably transition over to Fade to Black, and then put the logo, and that's it. And like not even a release date. But then soon after, what you get is exactly the same opening for the game, right? Exactly. And you see him there, lying there. It's like, oh my god, I just burst into tears because I was like, oh my god, he's back. Like it's true. And we had a discussion about this within the Zelda community because I think Kat Bergerson invited a bunch of Zelda tubers. I don't consider myself a Zelda tuber, but I'm part of the community. And he wanted to talk about like our thoughts about this. And one of the things that was constantly brought up was the fact that we are seeing Link's Triforce, which is, the courage part of the Triforce, very early in the game. And
Yeah,
people were like speculating, oh, but that's bad. Like, probably Nintendo is going to change a lot of things. But my mind is thinking, no, wait a minute. They did that so that people understands the meaning of this. Because let's be real, not a lot of people have experienced Ocarina of Time. They never played Ocarina of Time.
Yep.
So if you don't put like something familiar for them, which is the Triforce, of course they're gonna connect the dots and say, oh, this is a Zelda game, right? So because even though let's say for example, if you started playing Legend of Zelda with Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, regardless, even though the Triforce doesn't exist within those games, you still see it. You see the Hyrule crest everywhere, right? So
Yes.
even newer players, that's familiar to them. They recognize the Triforce because probably, I mean, someone can tell us probably in the comments and they'll say like, I never knew that this was coming. Like I've heard about Ocarina of Time, but I've never played it. So I don't know what they were talking about until I saw the Triforce piece, right? Or until I saw the logo or whatever. So not after seeing that, after being able to see our boy like fully remade and everything, and you can even like listen to him that he's kind of having the nightmare where he's fighting against Ganondorf. Yeah, you can tell that he's having that, right? I think the cherry on top would have been to see Navi, but we didn't see her because that happens after, right? After Navi appears there, so that would have been nice, but we didn't got that. And then after realizing that this is happening, I was like, okay, well maybe my mind was kind of processing everything, and then maybe we're gonna see something different, or maybe they're gonna say like coming real soon, or I don't know. And then they gave us a release date. I mean, not the release date, but the release date, the release year to the 2026. And I was like, what? I was very impressed. Like I was not expecting to.
They've been working on this, I'm sure.
That's the thing. Like there were a lot of leaks out there. We knew this was coming, and I know that Nintendo was not happy because we kind of spoiled the surprise pretty much, right? And also that's the reason why at the same time that I was reacting to it and my mind was kind of bringing all of that nostalgia and all those memories, fun memories about playing Ocarina of Time, I was also thinking, well, they ruined it for us because we knew this was coming, right? In a way, in a sense, we knew that this was going to happen. So it would have been nice not to know about that early on. But but that's not to say that I honestly felt a little bit concerned because I think I mentioned this during my streams multiple times because there were a lot of people asking me like, are you, since Ocarina of Time is your favorite game, are you really looking towards like getting a remake of the game? And I had like mixed feelings, right? Because I'm like, yeah, I do want to relive that moment in a sense, but at the same time, I feel a little bit too protective of it, right? Like I don't want Nintendo to ruin it. So when I was asked this question, I was like, I'd rather not have them touch it. Like it's It's like my favorite movie ever is A Nightmare for Christmas. If they work on a
Oh,
second on a
that's a great
sequel,
movie.
or like all this side of my shelves is fully is full of Nightmare for Christmas collection. If they were to remake it, or if they were to give me a sequel, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what? Some
not.
things are not meant to be touched at all. Do not
Exactly.
touch certain things.
Right. So I still have this kind of mixed feeling. And to your point, if you know, I like you mentioned that you're a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII. They split that game in 3 parts, right? Was it worth it? Yes, so far it has been worth it. But Final Fantasy does have a lot of wood and a lot of things to cut from. Ocarina of Time doesn't. So they'll have to come up with a bigger story. And Nintendo hasn't been very good lately with Zelda games when it comes to scripting. Yes, I'm talking about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But that's not to say that they're not going to be able to do something great or amazing. But I'm starting to doubt. So I'm hoping that, because there are some rumors out there that apparently where we might get like 2 or 3 parts of Ocarina of Time, which my mind, it's not like logically speaking, I don't know how they will manage to do that. But I just hope that that's not the case. So that would be like my worst case scenario, and I will be like, they're probably going to ruin this. So, but at the same time, I just want to hope for the best. I'm just excited that we're getting the remake.
Yeah, I was surprised with that, and I would prefer the Twilight Princess to have a remake before, because I kept thinking Ocarina of Time has been on almost every system. It had a 3DS version, and I kept thinking give us some more love off this game, and so forth. But after seeing this trailer, it just brought it back. Like, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm hoping that you're gonna do something with it. After seeing Link look the way he does, man, how's this game really gonna look overall? Are they gonna add?
Mm-hmm.
Are they gonna add some? People don't want it to be touched at all. They want it exactly the same as just upgraded. They just want nothing touched. I would like to see the same thing, but I want expand the dungeons a little bit, maybe the land a little bit more farther out. I don't know, just I don't think they're really gonna make major changes, or do you think it's possible, or you know?
That is a tough question, but honestly, we have to embrace the Breath of the Wild era. There's no going back from that. Did you get a chance to play Echoes of Wisdom?
Um, Partly yes, with my
Partly?
son,
Okay.
older son.
Okay. I bring up Echoes of Wisdom because it was kind of their test run, meaning that Eiji Aonuma himself mentioned that the linear path is not coming back. But he didn't say that it's not going to be there. What I'm trying to say is that Echoes of Wisdom, they managed to balance the two, meaning that it's still a linear path and a linear story, because things happen for a reason, and that there's a certain things that needs to happen in order for like the events to unfold. But still, you're not limited to go whichever place you want to go. So you can go to Gerudo right away, or you can go to the wetlands right away. So you're not limited to one section. So they managed to balance that kind of gameplay, right? So what I think that they should do with Ocarina of Time is definitely a very similar approach. I don't think that they're going to be 100% loyal to the story. I mean, not to the story, but to the gameplay. The story, yes, they must, because there's no way to mess that up, right? The story is beautiful the way it is, so I don't
Yeah.
think they should touch it. But they should add more content to it. So, for example, like just to put it in perspective, Breath of the Wild was the game that they always planned to do ever since Legend of Zelda for the NES. That was the intention all the time. So open world and freedom of exploration has always been the thing. But due to the hardware limitations that we had at the time, the only way that you can make that happen or possible was you using that linear path that we know and we grew up with. That's why right now there's a lot of people kind of pushing back with the freedom of exploration that you get in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But if you want to follow the linear path, you still have a linear path. Although Tears of the Kingdom is a bit more linear when it comes to a story versus Breath of the Wild, to be honest.
Mhm.
Because if you want to follow a linear path, you have that option in Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild is a little bit different. especially because of all the memories and things like that. Like you don't know what happens until you collect the freaking memories, right? So it's like, yeah, that's not cool. Like really don't know anything until you explore everything, and it's just sometimes like people would say like it's a lot of waste of time, right? But again, I think that they will have to balance the two. That's my prediction, that they'll have to throw in an open world experience, because that was always the intention. So there's no going back around that. So my a lot of people might get a little bit upset with that, right? But it's happening. I'm pretty sure it's happening.
I'm kind of hoping
So
it does.
yeah, and they do have a lot of opportunities with Hyrule Field, for example, or Hyrule Castle. As you said, like expand Hyrule Field a lot more and add a lot of things to do, right? I want to spend like the hours that I spend galloping in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I want to spend that time with Epona. That would be amazing. Like even though
Yes.
you even though you get access to Epona, it doesn't feel the same way for some reason, right?
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
being able to, ride uh, the entire Hyrule Field and go around it with Epona like that, that'll be amazing. Like I would love to see that 100%, right? So
Hmm. Yeah. Give me a second. Luigi, what are you doing? Oh, he's getting his little stuffy. All right, buddy.
but honestly, I feel that they really they will balance the two very well. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. So we have the best of both worlds. That's what I'm expecting.
I'm thinking with what they showed us, they don't want to. It's killing me because they're not showing us nothing else. Where it's driving me nuts. It's just like from
Yeah.
here, and then like, what else do you have for us? That's what I think. With what they're doing, I guess overall they are gonna add a lot of good stuff, content for us. I mean, they're not gonna kill the story. They know not to do that. Mr. Miyamoto's not gonna do that. It's gonna give us a little bit of every. If people want to get mad and they changed them up, they didn't do the original thing. Go play the original one then. Stay
Yeah.
with the original. If they got it on the Switch 2, you can play it on, on 60 on what do you call it? When you're playing your Switch, when you go into the shop or whatever, you can just play
The
it 64 games.
Nintendo
That's one of the
Switch
selections there.
Online. Yeah.
Yes, Switch
The NSO.
64 online. You can play it there. That's why I'm thinking that they're gonna go this route where they're really gonna maybe push a few things different. Just like when I was playing Final Fantasy recently and playing Resident Evil, the remakes, I could
Mhm.
see certain things are expanded nicely and certain areas are. Nintendo going to do something like that. I
I'm
mean, at
hoping,
least,
yeah.
and I mean, yeah. So I'm just kind of like it's driving me nuts. So other than that, I would say, oh man, it's like I was not into this as much. I was wanting Twilight, but then now it's driving me insane with the whole but they showed us and I want to see it. I want to play it. I want to experience it. And it's also something that, what was the next thing I was going to ask? What?
I Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna say that I just hope that they don't mess it up with the quality of life features that they added on the 3DS. Because man, they did Ocarina of Time 3D on easy mode, like even with the Sheikah slates, and I mean the Sheikah stones and everything that you were
There's
able
some
to
difficulty,
see.
you know?
Yeah, like they ruined the difficulty completely. So I hope that they don't do that on the new one, because they're gonna ruin like the. There's a lot of rewarding experience with this game specifically. Every time that you solve a puzzle, and or you go through a dungeon or something, it's very rewarding. It's like, oh, I figured it out. Like, oh, and you don't have like the exact answer right in front of you. It kind of teases you, like it teases you right. To use the right tools or the right elements or weapons or whatever, but it's something that you discovered by observing your surroundings, right? And I just hope that they don't take that away. Like I feel that they need to keep that kind of difficulty for new players to kind of adapt and learn, so that they can experience that reward feeling that we usually get with the game.
Yeah. I'm going to um, ask who was that girl's name? I had her name, then it kind of went out. One of my favorite things of Ocarina of Time, was when he first walks into the Forest Temple, or before he walks into the Forest Temple. He talks to a little girl with blue. What, do you
Saria,
know her
yeah.
name? What's her name? Sarah. Sarah.
Saria.
Saria is, and then she, you see her when he's leaving into the
Kokiri
field
Forest.
before she's
Yes.
out that bridge,
Yes.
and how she looks when you leave. Oh my God, that how they're gonna do that? That to me one of the most beautiful parts of the entire game, because it just always makes me fall in love with like both
Her
characters.
face
Her,
lingers
yes,
throughout the entire
you
game. Yeah.
see her. And I think about it. Think about her, and I'm excited for just a scene like that. And as when you were growing up, and now it's like, man, all these years later, how are they gonna play out that? Are they gonna add more to it? I kept thinking, if Link ever had a girlfriend, it'd be her. I'd say, I don't know, she was just so sweet. That's just me. It's just me. But yeah, it's out of everyone. We all love Zelda too, but I think that's a true one right there. But either way, let's go
Yeah.
into something that else is driving us nuts. It's your thoughts on the Zelda movie. We haven't gotten really much at all.
No.
We just got who we just got where did it? We got just the cast. What was that? Benjamin for Link, and then you got
Benjamin.
and then Bo Bragison for
Zelda.
for Zelda, and then we saw a glimpse of um and one of the somebody found them like in the forest, and he videotaped recorded
Yes, so
them.
we're recording.
Were they in New Zealand or something? Or
Yes.
I'm like, dang, they did it all. They went all the way that far just to do this. And what's the name? Zelda's see the names are
Impa.
all this Impa, yeah, and like, but who's that lady? I think they did name her, but I forgot. But either
Oh,
way,
you mean the actress? I'm not sure. I
act-
don't know her.
they
Yeah.
they had somewhere. But either way, we got nothing. Now,
Yes.
what is your thoughts on that? And who would you want playing Ganon?
Anyone but Jason Momoa. Thank you.
I was gonna say him. I was gonna say him, but
No, honestly, I don't really have anyone in mind. I don't, and I think that they're playing their cards very well, especially with the cast, because the cast that they currently have, they are not like very well recognized actors. They don't have like a huge, like a big career to, if you compare it with, I don't know, Anya Taylor Joy, for example, or Jack Black, or of course they have like a huge career, right? So they're barely starting, and I think that was great, because, but that's also a huge responsibility, because it's like Daniel Radcliffe, like he's Harry Potter for life, right? And now Benjamin is gonna be Link for life. That's pretty much how it's gonna be. And Bo, she's gonna be Zelda for life, right? So it's gonna be a role that is gonna stick with you. It's gonna be with you throughout a majority of your career. So it's a huge responsibility, right? So for that, I'm not really looking forward of having like like a very famous actor portray Ganondorf. I want it to be someone completely different, to be honest.
that
So
sounds
I
good.
don't,
Yeah,
yeah, like someone that probably has a lot more experience on television or plays or something like that, but not like in the movies. Because if you make a movie, of course you get a lot of exposure. But then there are a lot of amazing actors. They only play on television, right? So, and they don't really go to the big screen. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's the case. Honestly, the first time I heard about this, I wasn't very happy,
he wasn't
especially because of the live action thing. Like I'm no, I always thought that it was gonna be better if they were going for animation.
animated.
Yeah, animated versus live action. But we don't. Nintendo is playing very well their cards, meaning that first of all, they're not releasing which title we're getting. Right. So I remember when we first got the trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, we only saw this little, phrase saying Breath of the Wild sequel now in development. That was it. We never knew exactly the
They do that.
title.
Yeah, Travis crazy.
Yes, and then they dropped the trailer where Link is falling, and we have the theme song like dee 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 dee, and then they release the name of the game, because with the name you can know a lot of things. So I see the same thing happening for the movie. If they give us more, we'll definitely find out which one they're going to be going for. But you know, their costumes seem to be like they were going for something Breath of the Wildish, but not Link. Link looks like, I don't know, Twilight Princess kind of
Yeah, they're giving
style
me
a little bit
vibes.
more. Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, I have no clue. But I'm also open minded, meaning that I have to understand that Nintendo is doing this because they want more people to know Zelda, and the more the merrier. Like, they're more than welcome to join the community because it's just a beautiful game. It's just a beautiful story. So it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. As long as they just keep the core things about it, which is regardless if they are going to be bringing the Triforce or not, there's wisdom, power, and courage. There's nothing to it, nothing else. Like, and if they're present in the movie, that's it. Like, that's all we need, right? And I'm not talking about the triangle itself, like the Triforce itself, but just like if you're able to see those kind of feelings and present around the movie, then I think I'm more than happy, right? Um, but yeah, we don't know anything. If and the reason why we haven't heard anything about Ganondorf is because most likely we'll know more if we know who's gonna be, playing Ganondorf this time around, right?
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. I'm just
and
hoping we're gonna get a teaser trailer soon. Especially, I don't know, probably September or October this year.
all the rumors, all the I hate rumors. It's supposed to be in August, early August, and I don't. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear it. I'm just gonna keep doing my regular life, and then it'll just pop up, and I'll be surprised out of my mind. And I'm done with rumors, and then you'll find out it was Jason Momoa. You're like, damn it, it's him. So
Yeah.
um, I see people making these like AI photos if it was him or somebody else. It's got to be The Rock. I don't want to hear it, man. Take those guys got their own stuff. Yeah, give us somebody different. Give us
Yeah.
more, that kind of thing, and give everybody else a chance. Not always, everyone wanted Tom Holland to play Link, or the other one was who's going to play Zelda.
Emma Watson, I think.
No, no,
There
they
were some
wanted
pictures.
the Hunter
Oh,
Hunter
yeah.
person,
I
and
forgot her name, but yeah.
yeah, and then so I'm like, okay, well, it's because what people want. It's what people wanted. Who wanted to play Link or Zelda, whatever. I'm like, well, just let when the studio finally wants to release it, everyone's just giving out their own different what they wish and they want and things like that. And I don't want Jason Momoa and The Rock. I think will be a bad choice from what I've
Hmm.
been seeing. And yeah, you're right. It should be something different. And story wise, I would. I'm thinking because they're young age, how young they look. Are they gonna try to do some mix between Breath of the Wild? Are they going to do Ocarina of Time, a blend of Link to the Past? I would only think if it was one of those movies, it'd be either Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Breath of the Wild. I don't think Breath of the Wild. One of those first two. I'm just clueless. I know it's driving me nuts, and it's just kind of
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
and
100%.
as Zelda fanatics that we are, Zelda lovers, and you think you were done after Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It's just I'm thinking, what else can they do? And then, but in terms of those games, and then we got the remake, and got the movie. It's cool to go back. I would always say, can we get something new? But then going back to the past, it's good. Reliving these games and the movie though in the 1990s, I wanted a movie in the 90s, and I read an
Hmm.
article when I was like 15, 16, and Mr. Miyamoto said that if they did a movie, if they did one around that time, it'd be big as heck, or they need to wait for a specific time when it's ready to do the movie. I remember just seeing that, and since the late '90s, it's always driven me insane. And finally, the moment is coming close where a movie is here, and then if anything afterwards, well, then we got Nintendo's is doing. I think they're doing everything just right. They're taking their time. Yes,
Hmm.
like I said, they're driving us all nuts. But then eventually, once this is over, what's the next movie? It's going to be Metroid. Metroid. It's going to be Metroid.
Most likely it's gonna be Metroid, but The Legend of Zelda is confirmed to be a trilogy. We're gonna get 3 movies.
It's confirmed to be a
Yes.
trilogy. Yeah, I'm thinking, why would they not? They have to because
Yes.
there's too much of a big story within Zelda. You can't. There's so many different, games and
I
timelines.
I think that they might focus all three Triforces, the pieces of the Triforce, as a focus. So we can get a movie that's going to be leaning towards courage and it's going to be more about Link's story. And then we can probably get wisdom with Zelda, get to know her story, and then power. Because we have been seeing that on the games as well. Like, for example, Link's Awakening is pretty much the courage piece of the Triforce, right? And then we got Echoes of Wisdom, which is the wisdom part of, the Triforce. And there's some rumors that Gresso is currently developing the power force, like the power piece of the whole Triforce, to get like the full triangle, right? Or the full Triforce. So we might be seeing a power game, like I don't know, something that relates to Ganondorf specifically, right? So if they're gonna be doing a trilogy, it makes sense to me that they will focus, their story on that, right? So hopefully that's gonna be the case, but we shall see.
And when I look at the
Um,
photo of, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna say that one of the things that I'm not very fond of is that Nintendo has been dropping these announcements, like shadow dropping them on the Today app. Like we know because we're looking or we're checking the app all the time, or at least that's what I do every day. But the first time that they announced that we were getting a live action movie, they added the Legend of Zelda theme, but from the original NES, and the logo and the Triforce. It kind of makes me think that we are going to be starting with the very first story. But I don't know. It gets to a point where we don't know. Like, we're clueless right now.
This photo here that I did have, it just like I'm trying to think. Is Link? Do you think Link's gonna talk?
He will.
And I want him to. Will he talk a lot or very little? So it's just kind of.
I would say very, very little, because the way that you interact with the entire world, he's not a very talkative person, right? So he doesn't speak that much overall. Because a lot of people think, oh, Link doesn't talk. Well, he does. It's just that the point of view, you are the hero as the player. So you're Link, basically. You're portraying him. That's why a lot of people misinterpret that he doesn't talk. He does. It's just that you don't hear him, right? But even in Breath of the Wild, it's just funny when he's trying to talk. He's just kind of moving and kind of being a little bit expressive, but he doesn't say too much. So I think he's not going to talk a lot.
Yeah, I think I believe so too. So, but for me, still at the moment, it's like, how are they gonna do this? How is this gonna? Am I gonna be? I hope I don't just like freak out and walk out, or am I just gonna love the heck out of it for the second it plays? It's like,
Yeah,
is it gonna be horrible? Is it gonna be, but I keep thinking they did so well with
with the
Super
Mario movies.
Mario,
Yeah.
and both movies made over a billion, and I'm thinking with Zelda, that I would say, as much as I can't wait for Spider Man about a week or two, and then Avengers later on this year, Zelda's still my most anticipated movie
Oh
right now.
yes,
Everything right
100%.
now, it's just kind of like, because we're still clueless. We got nothing, so that's why. And we would know everything about. I don't know. Are you an Avengers kind of person or
I used to
Marvel?
be, not anymore. I did watch the trailer, Doomsday's trailer. So
So not anymore.
um,
Not looking forward to it.
uh, it
It's
kind
okay. You
of
can tell me.
exists. It kind of exists.
Spider
That's
Man.
it. Yes, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, like I had bought my tickets like a month ago, and I'm like, okay,
Oh,
can't wait.
nice.
Taking my
Yeah.
boy, and just me and him for everything. So it's kind of it's gonna be his first Spider-Man movie. So
Oh.
he's seen the meaning the first movie he goes to in the theater for Spider-Man.
Hmm.
I introduced him to the other ones lately, and it's like I had him sit down, dude. Let's watch Harry Potter, and we watched every movie before we went to Universal last year. So that way he kind of got to know that. So now we're going into Spider-Man coming up. So yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, so with Zelda popping up for me, it's just because Zelda stuck to us since the beginning. And this is it.
Yep.
This is our moment moment to shine. These are the best times to live. So when we're old, telling our grandkids we had the best times, forget you, like we had the best movies. I don't know, just it's just kind of, or just tell them how, for me, you know, movies lately have been really kind of something what I need these days. With times and that people go through and everything's not amazing. In the states and all that stuff. I don't want to go into that, but the thing is kind of video games help us through life and
Hardships
just
and situations. Yeah.
hardships and all that. And I can say, could you agree with that? With whatever things go on in your life where things are tough or so, you got in touch with a specific video game that always make things right for you. You got a specific game that you always go to when you just need to just forget everything else.
Ocarina of Time.
Yes, it's,
That's
I
the game
think
for me. I did share this a little bit of my story at a different podcast, but I think it ended up not being making the cut. But while I was playing Ocarina of Time, my parents were getting divorced. Right, so it was just me and my sister. We're only a year apart, so she's older than me, a year older than me. But I always took like I always took the lead. I was like the big sister, even though I'm the youngest one. So I was taking care of my sister all the time. I wanted to help my mom all the time as well. So I was in the middle of middle school. I was working on getting all of the best grades that I could so that I can help my mom. And I was, I learned to cook when I was like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. And I started making meals for my sister because I knew that my mom needed to work to pay our bills because she was taking care of both of us. Right. So we got kicked out of the house that we were living. Like a lot of things changed. And I had a routine. I had my friends. I had the school where I was at. And then all of a sudden, my mom has to tell us, like, you know what, we have to leave. And that changed drastically within less than 2 years. And Ocarina of Time was that game for me. So for me, like, learning about all these auto situations and things that you kind of learn as you get older, of course, and you experience them yourself, or you know how they work. When you're a kid, you don't really understand why things like that are happening, right? So um that's like I can put another like a movie as an example, but more like for me that's really the way I see it. Is Mrs. Starfire. How they talk about when they're going through a divorce, and it has a very beautiful message at the end of the movie. And that's essentially it. Like, you really have to learn how to embrace those changes for the better. So yeah, for me it was just Ocarina of Time. So I have played that game, I would say, roughly about 45 times in my life, and I'll continue to play it every time that I can. Right. So
so. Yeah,
yeah.
I can feel when I rewatched your video today, your expression or
Yeah,
you
the
know
reaction. Yeah.
your reaction of the remake trailer, and I can see now more the meaning behind the
Hmm.
tears. Like it's
Yep.
meaningful and it hits you. It hits you. It's like every memory bank, boom, hits you right when you're.
Yep.
I can see that now, and it's like, yeah, it's special. It is. I can see. Oh my God, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to know that one. Excited for all of us. We get to experience this and
And
no, I
it's
think
not just me. Like, I told you about the haters, but I didn't mention like all the great and beautiful comments that I received from a lot of people, and it
they don't know
resonated with
that
them.
backstory though. That's
But
that's
that's the
that's
thing,
why
like, it resonated with them exactly, and they were sharing a lot of amazing stories about it. Some of them shared about, I used to play this with my brother, and unfortunately he passed away. Or I used to go through this situation. I was going through a hardship, and this game really helped me to go. Like, it resonated with a lot of people. So that's my story, but a lot of people have their own story, and that's the beauty of this game, right? So that's why, like, a lot of the comments, like, people don't understand the meaning of this. Like, and that's true. Like, they don't understand what it means to us and what it meant for a lot of people. So yeah, this is kind of it really shaped our what we are right now today, right? So it shaped an entire generation. That's really what it did.
and it's one thing throughout my entire life, several people, many people, have. why do you still play video games? Or even when I was younger, why are you playing this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's always somebody that's going to be a butthead, or it's like,
Yeah.
I just
There's
mad.
always that guy or that girl. Yes.
Well, well, you bought me this game, or that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing
Yeah.
throughout the years. And as you get older, you're 45 years old and you're still playing video games. It's like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. Shit, that's my cup of tea. That's what I need for life. Right now
Yes.
it's just what I've been doing. Let's say I was injured in November, and
Oh.
I haven't been in my job and going through stuff, and
Mm.
lost a job
Sorry
a
to
few
hear.
weeks after that. So it's like
Oh
what I've been doing
my.
lately. All this stuff has been happening. It's my
Mm-hmm.
recovery is getting a lot better, and even I will say this. My mom. I said she was in
Yes.
5 days ago. She went for a stroke. I went into the ER to check up myself because I couldn't sleep the other night, and I'm like, man, I'm doing this and that, and I'm just getting old. That's what is happening. And I guess I had a lot of anxiety and things like that going
Mm-hmm.
on, and it's just kind of like I know what I'm going to do, and to fix things up. That's why my mom gave me this really healthy omelet. You know, she does. I don't think she knows I was in the ER the other day. We're not trying to tell her everything, but it's just kind of just trying to work things out and playing Zelda. Like I'm going to be playing either tonight or tomorrow. I'm at the final part again in Zelda 64. I'm at the
Mm-hmm.
final, going to fight off Ganon. So I'm waiting for the right time, and this might be that time where the games help us.
Use the bottle.
Yeah, to the time what we need. And oh my
You,
God,
you you do know that you're able to fight Ganondorf with the bottle, right?
for
Use the
bottle,
bottle. Yes.
use the bottle. Tell me
Yes.
how.
Use the bottle. Just grab a bottle and swing it. Like as you were catching a fairy, but instead of catching the fairy, you can actually backfire his projectile or magic. You can use a bottle.
Sweet.
It's
I
gonna
used
be
to do
fun.
something. I would fight off Ganon with the in Twilight Princess with the fishing rod.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would
There are a lot of
he'd
exploits like those.
be like that. What? And you have to use this fishing rod. So something I learned today
You
from
can
you.
throw him off. Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
it's
and I got to
hilarious.
remember to. I need a light for my next pot because it got darker now. My face is like dark.
Ah,
I
don't
gotta make
worry
sure
about it.
there's always something to work out with this. You know what? My God, I would say anything else we want to finish off with, so we're not. I should have said, hey, maybe we could do 50 or an hour. I don't know what was your preference, and I don't want to. I like to keep things about an hour, maybe an hour and a half or less. An
Yes.
hour is the main thing. I
Yes.
think I've had such a great. It's been a great. It's like a comeback today. We're beginning. I have to start finding ways to grow and work with the community and get to know yours, and I'm trying to find ways for my community to come out, and it's kind of through the last few years you lose a lot of people, then you gain things like that. So I
Yes.
just kind of rebuilding the blocks, and how, like, I just ended up, like I was saying, taking off. I had other people using my account and they're watching different things.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
I took them off, gave them new accounts so that I can focus everything more on the gaming aspect. And I listen to a ton of 80s music, so I'm gonna put that on another account because I deliver pizzas a few times a week.
Mm,
I do photography also, like
nice.
for a dance studio, and it's just kind of I listen to music when I go to my jobs, back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah.
So that's the only thing low key that I do since my back injury, and then later on I'll go into full time something else. But hey, it pays all the bills, even doing that. But the music though is a big part, and I
Mm-hmm.
always do a thing where I'm listening to a song. I accidentally, I don't know how, and I don't take it off. You got the what's that music app for Nintendo where you can listen to music.
Nintendo Music.
I have that, and I never turned it off where I'm listening to an 80s song, but then I press something on my wheel, it goes straight into Zelda 64 music. It just does that. Then I just leave it, and I let it play every time. A lot of times I'm delivering or going to somewhere else, and I didn't change it. I can change it to Donkey Kong or whatever, but I've left it at Zelda because it plays all the music from 64. So it's for me, it's special. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
How the games bring us the memories hit you, hits the right moment. I think it saves us in a lot of ways from, you know, hardships, or it helps us a lot with the good times too, not just things that happen. So Everyone has a
Yeah,
story.
I'm really looking forward to a fully orchestrated soundtrack. But Koji Kondo actually had to work from a lot of sampler music back in the day. So I'm just thinking, I'm not sure exactly how they're gonna work around that. So I'm just hoping, to get a fully orchestrated
There's going to be a great
version of
soundtrack.
Ocarina of
Do
Time.
you know, within the game and the movie, the soundtracks are going to be so fire. It's gonna. That's what I think about a lot. Overall, a lot
Hmm.
of things. The soundtrack is going to be memorable, and they're going to make sure that
Yes.
they do that. Almost
Yep.
done, Luigi. Almost done.
Can I borrow my Switch?
Yes, where's your Switch? Your Switch is right there, buddy. That's why I never. When I got a Switch too, I made sure I got him one so he doesn't bug me using mine. So you can get yours.
I have to get another one because I lost mine.
You lost yours? Oh,
Yes.
you probably went somewhere and lost it.
Yes.
It must have been. Was that very recent?
Yes.
Must have been heartbreaking. Yes.
It was. I cried.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's just that I wasn't paying attention. And honestly, my head was on a different place. And I just left it at a place. And of course, I tried to return it. I mean, to retrieve it, but they said they never saw it. Of course, they didn't, because now they have a free Switch too.
They lying. Whoever it
Of
is, they
course,
lying.
yeah,
Oh my
they did.
god. That's
But
like that.
I am waiting for if we do get a Zelda themed or a Zelda on Nintendo Switch 2. I'm getting that one. I'm just getting that one. So yeah, I'm just waiting. But I know that on September there's gonna be an increase on the Switch 2 price as well. So
Yes, I just
it's
heard about that too. Yeah. That's what I told my friend the other day. Retro Styles, and I was talking to him. I'm like, dude, you gotta. He wants to get one. He hasn't got one yet. You better get it before September. You're gonna get hit
yes.
with a little bit of a higher price. Maybe not too drastic, but still, it'll
I
be
think
like
it's
what?
gonna be like $50. It's not gonna
Yeah,
be
I was gonna
expensive.
say like $50 more,
But
and
still, like that's a meal. That's a meal for the week.
yes, that is, and that's so. But still waiting for a Zelda version. If it does, I think there will be. I have a feeling there will.
Yes,
Why would they not? It's such a big, and
exactly.
there's. I'm hearing they're just starting to work on celebrations or certain things starting for the Zelda 40th.
I
So
just gotta say that it's a great time to be a Zelda fan.
yeah, yeah. So I think waiting hopefully will be worth it, and they do give you one. Give me a second. This boy's calling behind me. Luigi, close the door. Please. Huh? All right, fine. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I have to be easy on him. That's one thing.
Bye,
He was
Luigi.
calling. I can hear him calling behind me. Like let's, he's
No,
grabbing
no
the
worries.
chips, the chips. But let's go for a finish here, and I would
Yeah, sure.
say that you did post something on Instagram. It was on the 21st. It was like a Zelda shield and a sword, and it had that
Yes.
music. That music just mesmerized me, and I watched it a few times. And did that have meaning to you? Like posting that one? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Let's see that one. Let me see. 21st.
Yeah, it was a Hasbro teaser actually. So they shared that the Highland Shield and the Master Sword. Oh, by the
Yeah, yeah.
way, Link is sold out already. Zelda and Ganondorf, I'm not sure, but Link already sold out yesterday.
Did you get
Um,
one?
no, no, I
No.
didn't. I didn't because I'm not sure if I want to get it. Like they're gonna be shipping them out until May 2027, so it's
They'll have
it's a
some more
year from now.
eventually.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit of time and let's see how it goes. And also, I have to be completely bluntly honest. I'm not a huge fan of Tears of the Kingdoms, figures or merchandise because they look all the same. Honestly, they're the same, artwork that we have seen everywhere ever since they were promoting the game. Like they don't have like. I would love to see a version of the non-Zonite dress from Zelda, probably her regular blue costume instead. But we have seen that design everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit tired of Tears of the Kingdom's designs. So that's why
I
I was
think
like, it's okay. I'll let it pass.
I think with the Breath of the Wild when it first came out versus Tears of the Kingdom, Tears of the Kingdom is like okay, I can't wait to play this, but the feeling when we first found out about Breath of the Wild was more exciting, and a better timing. I actually like the motorcycle thingy. I did the
Oh, that's
DLC.
amazing. Yeah. That
DLCs
was
are
like the
great.
cherry on top.
So yes, that was like the better. I enjoyed both, but I had a better time with Breath of the Wild. So my
Yeah,
brother
for
and I were
sure.
just saying we gotta rebuy those games. I was like, why did I sell it in the first place? Like, said, we're just contemplating,
There
but
was a fun art actually when they were working on developing and creating Link. One of the designs, it was Link on a motorcycle. So they had that in the back of their heads already, and then they included it on the DLC afterwards. So it's such a great feature. It's amazing for you to be able to use the motorcycle everywhere.
yeah, yeah, fill it up and yeah, it's
Yep.
great. So with that being said, what would be a? I think I already went through everything and anything. Trying to think, for the community. It's good. I would say from yours to mine, from mine to yours, and I hope that we can grow together and make good friendships and continue on. Maybe eventually have more of these, or if you need me to pop up, you need me for anything. I like to collaborate with you and we'll
Yeah,
see what happens.
absolutely.
I had a great time. I know what I got to do and fixes to get better lighting. Fix up. I know you mentioned I got to work on bio control too because it's everything's we kicking back the tools here and making sure that things you know
Yeah, you,
again.
you can get an arm like this one, so that way the microphone is closer to your mouth because it should
Yes,
be
that's
this
right.
far.
Do you know what? I'm just gonna order one tonight
Yeah.
because I like this one. But yeah, I've always wanted one. Right? Yeah. You know what? There you go. That's Thank you for that. I appreciate you. So
Yeah, no,
um,
you're welcome.
I want to thank.
Um,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, your question was more like what it meant for me to be that post. Like, I don't really think that I answer your
Yes.
question as
Yeah.
well. Honestly, anything Zelda that I'm getting, it's like it's just a feeling of you know I feel joy all the time. And I just feel happy that I'm able to share that with the community as well because I can give you a little bit of backstory about me because I didn't really start it as a Zelda fan. Like I've always been a Zelda fan, but I started with a gaming channel. So we were pretty much like talking about everything about video games, but my community started to notice that I am good at Zelda and I know my stuff. So they were like, why don't you do something Zelda? And I kind of pushed it for a very long time. But then I decided to do cosplay. So I was doing cosplay.
Ooh.
So I was a cosplayer for about 5 years back in Mexico, where I'm from. And my Instagram was full of, cosplay and cosplay and cosplay and just pictures of myself. And I thought to myself, you know what? I don't want this because eventually it's just going to be about me. And I'm just very happy that my community has got to a point where they share the same love that I have for the game, for the franchise. So every time that I post something Zelda related and I share a story or I share like something new that popped up, new music added to the music app or new games to be played on the Switch, or in this case, new figures that are coming out. Like I'm always happy and thrilled to share that. So for me, it means the world that I'm able to share that with the community. So yeah, that's really how I feel every time I share something Zelda on my Instagram or on my socials.
Yeah, I was gonna. That was the only question I totally like. I looked at myself. I was missing that. And
Yeah,
your cosplays are really nice. I like them, and I know you met
thanks.
Zelda before. You
Patricia
know,
Somerset, yes.
yeah, and then you also um, Charles. I can't pronounce the last name. Met the voice of
Martinet,
Mario.
yes.
How do you say?
Martinet,
Martinet.
Martinet,
Yeah, Martinet. Yeah,
yes.
I always get you're helping me out here. So yeah, it's I see that you're very involved and you like the conventions and all that. And
Yep.
I've done the whole. I didn't do the actual. I want to do cosplay later. I know I keep telling myself am I too old for this thing? And no, I
Never,
can.
you're never too old.
I can tell. I've done something before, and it's hard to explain it. I When the Switch first came out, before it came out, I made an entire
Oh, nice.
Switch controller entire outfit, and cape and everything like that. My whole body's covered. Maybe I'll send you a quick pic of thing
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
I took it. I drove it from Chicago. I drove it to New York City, and I found a guy named Triforce. His name is Triforce, a Jamaican guy, and then
Try
C and D.
first.
His name was Captain Nintendo Dude, and they were doing something
Oh yeah.
and I surprised them. I went there and they all freaked out, and it
Hmm.
was just an experience, and I never regret that. And people, some people that I know were like, "Why did you do that?" It's like, man, whatever. Like it's just kind of isn't what I want to do. But anyways,
Yes,
other
absolutely.
than that, it's nice that you do your cosplays and all that. You still do that now, right? Or every now and then if you get a chance to, or
Not really. Not really, but I used to make them myself, like the sewing, the port, like the props. Like I used to do them like from all the way from scratch. So it was a lot of work. I don't do it anymore because ever since I moved to Canada, I had to let go of my entire tools. So I don't have anything for me to work on those. But when I do cosplay, I just buy them. Like that's usually how I do it. But I do like to modify them so I feel that they're more, you know, just a little bit more to what I'm really trying to cosplay, like the character, because sometimes they kind of miss those small details that I really enjoyed. I'm gonna share with you pictures for my Twilight Princess Zelda costume that I did. I was very proud of that build as well because I did the entire armor myself.
cool.
So yeah, I've been there. It's just that I don't have the tools anymore. So I need a sewing machine. I need a drill. I need like the whole set. And now you have like 3D printers and sewing machines, and it's just crazy. So I don't really have the time or the effort to do that. So if you do see me with the costume, it's because I bought it, but I modified a few things on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I would say any questions for me before we head out, or
No, absolutely nothing. Thank you so much for having me. Like, this was a lot of fun. I know that you're working your way through, rebuilding your community. I know you're gonna do great. And if you have any questions, if there's anything that I can help you out with, let me know. Like, I'm very very happy to help you out. And yeah, it's just a great time. Like, there's a lot of content that you can definitely start leveraging, especially for Zelda. So yeah, it's a great time to kind of rebuild your community. So you're gonna do great. I'm pretty sure.
thank you. I appreciate you. It's an experience and steps I'm making to figure out what happened along the way, what I did, and how to you know get back that I say the algorithm that I let go. So it's kind of it's tricky. It's tricky how to do it, but I think I finally know what I'm going to do and pursue back into the gaming part of podcasting, or joining others and being a part of just
Hmm.
involving communities together, or just kind of being a part of something like that. And I love and I have enjoyed this entire conversation with you, and I appreciate you so much for being here. And I want to thank those who showed up. There's a Quicksilver, and there's Ryan Drayson, and if anyone else popped up, and thank you for coming. And I appreciate you so much, Lily Hyrule, for being
Yes.
amazing. And I will. Oh, man, I can't even see myself. Could you actually see me?
I can see a glare in your
The
lens, like
glasses.
in your glasses. Yeah,
So
that's what
yeah,
I can see.
it's gonna be better next time. So other than that, I thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later, and say goodbye to everyone else. I'll say everyone until next time.
Yes, thank you who's watching this. Thank you. Take care, and thank you for having me again.
For
Cronus, take
sure. Thank
care.
you so much for coming.
Bye. Yeah.